Hello there. Welcome to Blitz Transmissions. This is the Blitzcast number 80. I'm Tommy. Before we get into the content of this episode of the Blitzcast, as always, check out the laundry list of links that can be found in the description below. Uncle Angelo, I know you've been telling me that I have been making the self-promo section at the beginning of the Blitzcast too long, so don't worry, I thought about you. I decided to take your input into mind, and we're going to shorten this up a little bit. So, abbreviated self-promo here. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed on YouTube. You can find links in the description below to Black Series Most Wanted on Instagram, the big Black Series fan poll that we put on every November and December. You can check out the link to the Blitz Transmissions Patreon. Become an ARC Trooper for just $4.99 a month. You get monthly giveaways, you get early content, all that cool stuff. Check out the YouTube channel membership for just 99 cents a month. You could join the Rancor Battalion on YouTube. You get all the reviews early as opposed to all the content like you get on Patreon. You can check out links to Blitz Transmissions swag, like this Blitz Transmissions trucker hat I have on here, as well as some other awesome merch. You can check that out. Links to all my social media, links to my Discord. You can email me at blitztransmissions@gmail.com. There you go. Hopefully that was a little bit abbreviated, right? Shout out Uncle Ange. I know you'll be shooting me a text when you see this one. Before we get into this episode of the Blitzcast, it's going to be a shorter one, much shorter than usual, mainly because it's more of an update video than it is me kind of, talking about Star Wars lore or a topic or anything like that. But before we get into it this week, I did just want to open up with, and I think I want to do this going forward, a Bible verse. So we're going to open up with one that was sent to me by my good friend 212 Hunter, obligatory 212 Hunter mention. And this one comes from Proverbs 26, and it reads, "Surely as a dog returns to its vomit, a fool returns to his foolishness." Thank you, 212 Hunter, for that Bible verse. I think that's something I want to incorporate more going forward. And just in general, I know I've been very religious on the Blitzcast as of the last several months now, but I think I just want to kind of, regardless of what the topic is, just open with that. So you probably clicked on this or opened this up because, whether you like me or hate me, you wanted to know what's going on with Blitz Transmissions, because I probably titled this something like "A Channel Update and the Future of Blitz Transmissions," or something melodramatic like that, right? This is me letting you know that I'm quitting Blitz Transmissions. It's been too much going on in life, and I'm actually going to be disbanding the channel going forward, is what I would say if I was quitting the channel. I know. Gotcha. What I'm actually doing, though, is you probably noticed that specifically the Blitzcast posts have been very sporadic so far in 2026, and especially like this last month. I think this will be the first episode that's been posted in 4 weeks. I completely missed out on the majority of Maul Shadowlord as it was coming out. I think I missed out on episodes 5 through 10. So yeah, more than half of the series I missed out on talking about. And it just, little things like that have, kind of been a part of a larger thing going on. So I kind of just wanted to give a channel update with this, a shorter Blitzcast episode. Just kind of letting you guys know where I'm at, what's going on, and what you can look at in the future. So first of all, hello. I hope you're all doing well. Please make sure to let me know in the comments if you are doing well. If not, of course, let me know. We could talk about it. But I did just kind of want to jump out in front of things and kind of talk about what's been going on and how I'm going to be changing things going forward, and kind of like changing, maybe making things more organized, I guess. So first thing to note, yeah, like I said already, it's been 4 weeks since there's been a Blitzcast episode, and you've probably noticed that uploads in general have been pretty sporadic, much less consistent than they have been in the past. I'm very backed up right now on things like action figure reviews and, just topical videos. Really a lot of the stuff that I was very good at, even like 6 to 8 months ago, I've kind of fallen off the track with. And a lot of that has to do with just life, man. Work has been absolutely ridiculously, stupidly busy. In the month of April, I was working a lot harder than I usually have to, because one of my buddies that I work very closely with at work had a family emergency going on, so he was out of work for like the entire month of April. So I kind of had to do two people's work myself for the entire month of April, and it took a toll on me, man. I was very, very tired. I was working extra hard, having to do a lot more work than I'm have to usually do, because my partner at work, he's usually he's a very hard worker too. So we're usually very good at kind of sharing the load. So that alone, I would say that work has really played a big part into why you haven't seen very consistent uploads of the Blitzcast really all year this year. Work has just been like abnormally busy. I've been giving myself more responsibilities. I've been given more responsibilities as well in like different aspects of my life. And it's a balancing act. And I feel like, unfortunately, sometimes our hobbies and our pleasures have to kind of get put on the back burner for real life, because at the end of the day, I, just as much as I'm passionate about Star Wars and collecting and Star Wars toys, I have a livelihood, I have a career outside of that, and that makes like infinitely more money for me than the YouTube thing does. So, that's just how it is. So I kind of wanted to jump on this Blitzcast here. I didn't want to go another week without talking about, what's been going on in life, and, what's kind of been going on for me, and like how I'm going to change things going forward. I'll just be totally transparent with you guys. I've just been going through a lot. The last month, I know, like I just said, work has been playing a big part in it. But I've also been like dealing with a lot of personal stuff in the last honestly, the last 2 months, really. A lot of stuff going on with my family, a lot of stuff going on with like friendships and things like that. Just but very mainly family stuff. And that could really take a toll on you. So I know this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. I had planned, actually, earlier this month, I was planning a big multi-channel event. I was going to do a 24-hour mental health charity stream that would like jump from channel to channel, and those plans like ended up falling through because, again, like I just been so busy, I just wasn't able to put in the amount of time I wanted into setting it up and getting it all put together. So we'll see if that ends up happening. Probably not at this point, but we're only halfway through May, so maybe it can still happen. I'll see if I can, get something in the works. But yeah, it's been a very difficult like last 60 days. Like I said, a lot in my personal life, a lot in my work life, just a lot of stuff that has caused me to have to put all of this that you see on camera on the back burner. I try to be as authentic and transparent with you guys, especially on the Blitzcast, as I can. And mental health is something that's really important to me. And I've actually been catching myself neglecting my own mental health in the last like 30 to 60 days. I'm somebody who I have had my struggles with mental health before, so I know it's a very real thing, and I know that how it can change a person, how it can damage a person. And so I've been catching myself recently, like, kind of like just kind of being like removed and being like lazy and being introvert, like isolated and introverted, and that's not who I am as a person. So I was catching myself doing that, and I'm like, we're gonna have to make a change with that. So I'm trying to make more of I'm not trying, do or do not, there is no try. I'm making more of an active effort now to jump back in the saddle, specifically with Blitz transmissions. And I think that part of that, because this YouTube channel and this hobby and everything, this is something that brings me a lot of joy. It's something I'm very passionate about. It's a great escape from, if you know me, you know what I do for work. It's a great escape from the harsh realities that I see and face at work every single day. I think that going forward, part of kind of like seeing that I needed to recognizing in myself that I need, to change my routine a little bit, is kind of also realizing like that Blitz Transmissions needs to be revamped a little bit going forward. I've kind of been just jumping all over the place with Blitz Transmissions, and at times it can feel like it's very directionless, and that's not what I intended when Blitz Transmissions started. I will say, too, that in the little over a year and a half now that Blitz Transmissions has been around, it's evolved a lot. Like, so Blitz Transmissions, the channel, will be 2 years old in August. And in the beginning, if you watch my original channel trailer, and that's actually one thing that I plan to do in the next few days here, is actually make a new channel trailer. I've really, really changed, like, my editing skills have gotten a lot better, and I've gotten, a lot, more attuned to like how to edit videos and what I want my channel to look like and the vision for it. Because in the beginning, if you watch that original channel trailer, it's basically me just saying like, yeah, this is my Star Wars channel. I'm going to post whatever I feel like posting whenever I feel like posting it. And I definitely want it to be more regimented, because I think that having that sense of routine for my channel will help me to be more regimented, and it will also help you guys, the viewers, to know what's coming and when it's coming. And I've kind of been, you may have noticed it even over the last few weeks. I've been kind of testing the waters and playing around a little bit with different things, specifically with like a new series. I don't even know if I talked about the new series since the last Blitzcast episode, or Blitzcast, yeah. Which is, I have a new series called the After Action Figure Report, which is, initially I was going to do every Friday, but now I'm doing it every Saturday, mainly because I saw that, like, numbers-wise, it tends to do a lot better. It tends to get out to a lot more people on Saturdays than it does Fridays. And the reason that I put together the After Action Figure Report was kind of, I looked at my channel, and really it just kind of plays into this whole conversation. I looked at my channel, and I was like, what is like that one thing I'm missing? Because like my work schedule, I can't do a weekly live show. Like my work schedule is too crazy. It's too unpredictable. I can't do a weekly live show like a lot of other channels do. I have the Sarlacc Digest Toy Chest that I'm a guest on every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you go check out that show. But there are weeks where I just can't make that show because of my work schedule. And it's great, though, that it's not on my channel and there are 3 other co-hosts that can share that load and be there to put on the show. But when you're running a one-man show like Blitz Transmissions is, it can be a little difficult, So because of that, I was like, what is my channel missing? And what it really is missing is a more regular, regimented, more put together, professional looking and feeling weekly news series. I mean, that's like what I want Blitz Transmissions to be. I mean, if you look at my channel banner on like Patreon or YouTube or X or whatever, it says like Blitz Transmissions, news, reviews, vlogs. So I think I want to like really hone in on those 3 things on the channel. So I'm going to put together a new channel trailer in the next few days. What you guys can expect from Blitz Transmissions is some existing things getting shuffled around, and kind of hopefully, as long as I keep on this track that I'm on, more consistency going forward. The consistency that we've kind of lost track of over the last several months. One of those being the Blitzcast is going to be moved from Saturdays to Sundays. It's kind of like my more intimate series that I do on my channel anyway. I don't care at all about how many views it gets or how it performs on my channel. This is just something I like to do. It's like, it's like a journal every single week, kind of like, oh, it's an update. Like, let's talk about this week. Let's talk about that. So that's going to come out on Sundays instead of Saturdays now. And then the After Action Figure Report is going to take the place of the Blitzcast and come out on Saturdays. Monday through Friday will be much more, it'll be, I'm going to upload, if I have something to upload, I'll upload something. So it'll be either Monday through Fridays will be reviews, vlogs, discussion topics, topical videos, whatever I post. I kind of want to also dive more into the Star Wars lore side of things again. I've become very toy-centric, which always obviously was a focus on Blitz Transmissions, but in the beginning I did a really good job of balancing like Star Wars lore topics, and some of those videos did pretty well, especially for how small my channel was at the time. And I want that to come back as well. So I kind of want to also just put more effort into things. I feel like some of my stuff, like I wouldn't even start brainstorming it until I sat down to record. And so I kind of want to start taking my time with more topical videos to like really research things and talk about things and give more opinion pieces and things like that on the channel. So that's kind of what you can expect in the future. Really, also, I need to bring back like today's toy. You may have noticed it's starting to make a little bit of a comeback here, starting to get more regular with that again. And, you know, I want to also lean into more fun, short form topical ideas. I've had people suggest stuff to me on TikTok and stuff, so that's been fun. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that I really want to, you know, mention here? I just really want to, before I, you know, like I said, this is just an update video. I just want to really mention, like, you know, guys, mental health is important. Who you surround yourself with is very important. And what's most important is recognizing when change needs to happen and recognizing, you know, that there is a sense of accountability that comes with that, recognizing that there is a sense of humility that needs to be had and letting go of your pride and your ego, recognizing, you know, when you've kind of fallen off the horse a little bit. And I think that's something that I had to come to terms with recently myself, is, you know, making sure that I'm doing what's best for myself, mentally and physically, while also making sure that I'm doing what I enjoy, because that's the other thing, is I don't want Blitz transmissions to become like a job or a chore. And that was kind of what it was becoming. Was I was having the mentality of like, oh, I got to do a podcast now. And, oh, I got to review these figures now. Like just yesterday, I got this in the mail. This Black Series Plo Koon and Wolf 2-pack I got. Where is it? Behind me. Maybe if I could find it. Oh, this one. The Cav and Misty 2-pack for Black Series 2. Like just getting more in, it's like, oh, I gotta make that post and I gotta do this short and I gotta do. If that's the mentality that I'm having toward it, then I'm not enjoying it. So we need to change it and we need to revamp it to make it so that I'm enjoying it again. Of course, like I said, personal stuff and family stuff and work stuff played a large part in that, and just like having no mental energy for it was really affecting it, you know, because I was so much of my mental energy was going toward other things that I wasn't able to put any enjoyment into my channel, into things like the Blitzcast, which are supposed to be a place where I can like just talk to you guys. Then I ended up falling off the saddle on that. So it is important to keep tabs on yourself. It is Mental Health Awareness Month in May. I really wanted to drive that point home. Please check in on yourself. Know when it's time to take it easy. Know when it's time to go hard in the paint. Finding that balance is very important. And also just recognizing when you need to pivot, whether it's walking away from a friendship or, you know, having a tough conversation with a family member, or, you know, knowing your limits at work, things like that. Make sure you're able to find a balance between knowing your limits and not pushing yourself too far and not pushing yourself far enough, because it can be very easy to fall too deeply into one side or the other, right? It can be very easy on one end to become very complacent and just making excuses for yourself, which I've caught myself doing a lot in many aspects of my life. And it can also be difficult, you know, when you're pushing yourself too hard and knowing that you're sputtering out, because then if you burn out, then you just end up being complacent and lazy anyway. So having the balance is very, very important. Take care of yourselves. It's not, you know, it doesn't make you a loser to talk to people, especially to the young men out there. It doesn't make you a loser to be in tune with your feelings. I know that that's historically like a stereotype. You're weak if you acknowledge your feelings and such. That's not the case. Mental Health Awareness Month, just really wanted to drive that home. In addition to that, one other point that I really want to drive home this week on the Blitzcast is that it is. Sorry, I'm getting emails and stuff on my phone. It is very important in life to put mental energy toward things that make you happy and fulfilled. Sometimes you have to put mental energy toward things that you don't want to, and challenges and such, but it's important to recognize, and this is a lesson that I've had to learn very recently, you have to recognize that whether it's a person or a thing or an event or work even, you have to be able to recognize when it's time to stop putting mental energy into that person or thing. And to have the humility to understand that and recognize that, and to, because it's actually, not to quote Taylor Swift, but she actually had a really good analogy on a recent interview. I think she interviewed with Travis Kelce. This was months ago now. Jen had shown it to me. And it was a quote about, it was her analogy about your mental energy. Like, your energy is like a bank, and you have an amount that you're allotted every single day. And if you give all of it to negative things, and if you give all of it to things that are hurting you, then you're not going to have any energy left for the things that you enjoy. And I was like, wow, that's a great quote. I mean, it really is. It's a great thought. So, I just wanted to put that out there too. I think it fits very well with like the mental health conversation and stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So Blitz Transmissions, we're going to be locking in going forward. Fingers crossed. I want to shout out to everybody that's supported me, and a shout out to everybody that's, if you know me personally, then like the kinds of stuff I've been dealing with family and work and stuff. And I hope that I'm very thankful for all of you guys. And I'm thankful for you guys, the Blitz Brigade, watching right now, for being supportive of me. I want to give a shout out to my brothers at the Syndicate, the Sarlacc Digest, and the Shadow Nose Network. You guys have been awesome mentors to me. And obviously, you guys are old, and you guys are fat and old, and you have double the lived experience I do. So... So you guys, they've been great mentors to me. I have to give a big thank you to them. I want to shout out again everybody that has helped me out. Conversations I've had with people. It's very important to have a support system, but even with the strongest of support systems, you can still find yourself slipping down a slippery slope. And surrounding yourself with people that build you up and are not afraid to also let you know when you're slipping is very important. But yeah, also, I just want to drive home the points of be humble and be forgiving, because that's kind of, that really plays into the Proverbs Bible verse that 212 Hunter provided to me a few days ago now. I think that if you can't recognize, if you can't recognize your own pride, and when it's blocking you, or your own, like, whether it's hatred, pride, all kinds of stuff, greed, you will keep returning to bad habits. And the only way to break that is by recognizing it and making an active effort to make a change. And that's what I'm doing here. I've caught myself, pushing myself too hard. I've caught myself, not having a healthy balance in my life between personal life and work and, pleasures and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. That's really the channel update. I think that's all I've got. Speaking from the heart, kind of maybe was all over the place. We'll see. But yeah, going forward, after action figure report on Saturdays, Blitz Transmissions on Sundays, Monday through Friday. We're just going to have fun, post whatever I feel like posting, when I feel like posting it throughout the week. Short form content will still be coming out more, like, updates when there's reveals and such. I've gotten a lot of questions recently about, when is this going up for pre-order? When is that going up? Oh, I missed this. Oh, I missed that. Join the Blitz Transmissions Discord. We send everyone pings when things go up for order. It's great for limited drops, like limited hot toys. And people have gotten in and gotten one because of those links. So if you want to join the Blitz Transmissions Discord, free to join. And you can set up your notification settings so it only gives you @everyone pings. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. just kind of, you know, going in. We're going to really dive headfirst back into Blitz transmissions. Life's going to be busy this year. I'm getting married in just a couple short months. That's also been contributing to a lot of busyness in my life. I haven't had as much time for the channel for that reason as well. You know, wedding planning, honeymoon planning, all that stuff. But yeah, this is supposed to be fun, and I'm not going to let it be anything other than that. So that's it. I've babbled on for too long already. That's what I catch myself doing all the time. It's bad to talk and talk and talk. I tell Jen all the time I'm babbling. But yeah, guys, seriously, love all of you guys. You guys are awesome. And thank you for being here along with me on this journey, because just as much as I, you know, preach, I guess, on the Blitzcast about, you know, being a good person and following the values of the Bible, I'm still a dirty, rotten sinner at the end of the day, and I'm still going to screw up every single day. I'm still going to have points in my life where I regress and I make bad decisions, I make mistakes, and it's all about picking yourself up and pushing forward and doing your best to be humble and have that humility and seek forgiveness and seek to improve yourself, because we are not defined by our actions of the past. We are not defined by our past. There is never a point in your life where you can't turn things around and make better decisions, and you're going to make mistakes in life. I know I make mistakes all the time. And it really is, it comes down to recognizing it, one, and seeking to become better because of it. I mean, Yoda, great quote from Last Jedi: "The greatest teacher failure is." And by failing, we learn, you know, falling on our faces, we learn how to improve and be better in the future. And then hopefully we can teach the next generation or those around us through our own failures and our own trials and tribulations to, you know, be better themselves. So again, thank you to everybody who's supported me. Thank you to everyone who's been blowing up the After Action Figure Report. That series has really been popping off, and I'm very thankful for how successful it's been. It's been really, truly amazing to see. We've got some awesome action figure stuff coming up. We've got awesome conventions and things. I got tickets. Jen and Skywalker Hendricks and I got tickets to Star Wars Celebration. Woo! So we'll be in LA come 2027, man. But yeah, I've talked way too long, cutting myself off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Blitzcast. We're back. We're going to hit it hard for hopefully the foreseeable future. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Blitzcast. I'll catch you for the next one. Links in the description below. And as always, may the Force be with you.
Breaking off. All units, fire at will. 4-2, pick a target. Too many, Captain. Watch your stabilizer, Gold 6. Anybody cover me. I got 2 vultures on my tail. You've got to hold them here. Watch your left. I can't shake them.